We are on. I apologize for being a little late, but it's raining up here, seriously, and there's a little flood going on in my home, so I had to handle that. In any case, right now, what we're doing is a Q&A so that I can be here for you in regards to using the information from days 1 through 3 of our Radical Soul Expansion and Success 30-Day Tips series. Now, here's the thing. To review, day number 1 was the announcement, was the purpose and the intention of the series. Basically, what we're after right now is to find a way of staying very strong, centered, clear, determined, encouraged, and to learn how to navigate through the energies that are happening right now as we are privy to real suffering, real pain, and at the same time activating greater love and unity and creative brainstorming. We are raising our standards of humanity as much as we can. And my purpose of this series is to give you tools and techniques that are pragmatic, that are to be used in the everyday life to handle what is happening on your unique path and what you can do to better access and strengthen your connection to your guidance. It's religion-free zone, as those of you who are following me hear me say over and over again, religion-free zone. This is only about you and your connection to your intuition, your wisdom, your ability to go inward and to go into that haven that lives within you, regardless of whatever practice, whatever belief system, whatever religion you follow. These are tools and techniques to help you pose to your wisdom questions of what needs to be done in your life. That was day 1, just as an overview, an announcement, an introduction to this series. Tip number 2 was very powerful in terms of assisting you in harnessing the power of your mind, harnessing the power of your intention, of your power to choose, of the power of your decision making, so that as you move forward in your life, you are giving yourself permission to recognize what's happening that does not feel good to you, that you do not want, and then to choose the reality that you want to be living instead, and to activate the thoughts and feelings that go along with that. Step number 3 was day number 3. And that's all about learning how to ground yourself, how to start building up that muscle, that radar, that sensitivity that helps you determine what is of your creation, your thoughts, your emotions, your physical vitality, and the transmissions and broadcasts that you send out into the universe, into the world, versus you being aware of the thoughts and feelings and energies of an environment that do not belong to you, but that in fact come to you in the environment from other people's and the collective thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So what we were working on yesterday, or actually whatever day 3 was, I don't remember what day of the week it was probably Friday, is for you to start becoming sensitive to being very present in the here and now. And when you notice something that doesn't feel right, to let it go down your grounding cord. And for you to fill yourself up with earth energy and divine energy so that you can fill the vacuum of your connection to the vibrant richness that is here for you, that you have your unique access to. So those are the basic principles, thoughts, intentions, and purposes of days 1 and 3. So now I'm going to look and see who has any questions. So I'm going to be a little quiet and look around here. And, you know, if there aren't any questions, that's fine. I will keep this recording. And for those of you who have the time to go ahead and review days 1 through 3, as well as this particular video, feel free to post in this thread by tagging my name. You've got to tag my name or I really might miss it. and to notice that you will have a chance to ask me questions in the thread, and I will get back to you in the thread within 24 hours. Okay, I think we have a question coming up here. Let me take a look. Let me see where it is. I know I saw somebody there. Let's see. Nope. No questions. Not yet. Don't you just love it when there's this silence as the host or hostess is working with technology? Okay. I thought I saw somebody. And you can hear me clicking my mouse, I bet. There you are. Hi there, Vicki. Okay, darling. You're practicing. What you might do, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, is maybe write in the comment here, the thread, which technique of those 3 days. Now, the first day was, yes, it was an announcement, overview, introductory. Okay, how often do we have to ground? That's absolutely up to you. So that, but however, that opens a very important question, and that is, how do you know when grounding would be a really good idea? Do you like that? You like that question, Vicki? Yeah. Here are some great scenarios where choosing to ground would be very useful to you. Number one, if you're feeling an emotion that you do not want to feel, and you want to replace how you do feel with something that literally feels better. And so what you would do is you would, with your intention, because energy follows thought, and you being a Reiki person and working with angels as you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You would send those energies down your grounding cord and then fill up the vacuum with earth energy and with divine energy, as I taught you in the grounding exercise, which would have been day 3. Now, in your case, you would want to ground when you want to do a reading. Excuse me, when you want to do a reading, or when you want to give your Reiki sessions. You can do your Reiki sessions and ground before, so that you are strengthening your own personal space and you're not taking on the energies of any of your clients. However, you also might do the grounding exercise after you have delivered your sessions, either your angel reading sessions or your Reiki sessions or whatever else you have in your toolkit that you work on yourself with, the people in your community, and of course your clients. The key of the grounding is to keep your personal space absolutely filled with your energies that are going to empower you, uplift you, and keep you the most receptive to your divine higher realms. So does that answer your question? I'm going to wait a minute and see what happens when I refresh here. Does that give you enough of a guideline, Vicki dear? I'll wait here. Another time while you're writing something for me, another time that's really good to ground is the first thing in the morning and before you go to sleep. I ground the first thing in the morning just to help me get into my body after having my soul be out and about during my dream state. And in order for me to feel the most positive and the most energized, I bring my soul home. I ground my spiritual energies into my physical body so that I have more of me, all of me, my spiritual dimensions, my physical dimensions, all concentrated in my human body in the here and now. Similarly, before you go to sleep, you want to let go of any energies that you have picked up during the day, whether they be from direct contact with people that you've been in communication with, or just, being in the energy fields of life itself. And you would send it down your grounding cord and ask to be filled up with your connection to the earth energy and your connection to the highest vibrations of love and light through your cosmic channels. So let's see if you have another question for me. I don't see anything else from you, dear. So I guess you're good to go. Oh, there it is. Yes. Yes, this is when I ground now. Okay. So after a session, before you start a session, the first thing in the morning, I think that for you, the fact that you asked that question at all, let us just say that you would ground when you just don't feel as empowered, as confident, as courageous, as clear, and as motivated as you want to feel. So when you listen back to the replay of this, those particular states and anything else that might come to your mind that is the state that you want to be experiencing so that you can enjoy your day and be the most productive and be the most useful to other people and useful to yourself, anything that might counter that is when you would be wanting to ground. Let me know if that makes sense to you, and if there's, just take a moment and review some of the experiences in your life right now, because I know you're in transition, for you to see about what kind of life experience you might be encountering in the near future where you might want to ask me a question about. And if you think that the weeks like day number 2, programming your energy field, which is the one I think you saw and you really liked, as well as this grounding exercise, if you have any questions of how to customize those for your unique life circumstances that are happening right now. So I'll be quiet, I'll wait and see if you come up with anything for me. I'm just checking the thread to see, because there's a delay. Okay, there's something else from Vicki here. Thank you, that helps. Okay. Oh, it's always good to know that what you're coming up with helps, right? So I don't see anybody else here. I'm going to just wait a few more moments, send out some light, and If nobody else let's see who else is here. I'm here. And if there's nobody else here, then I will go ahead and move on to the next project, which for me is handling this flood that's in my living room. So can you think of anything else, Vicki dear? I'll just take a moment. Now, those of you who will be watching the replay, just know that what you'll be doing is thinking of any questions that you might have for me and simply tag my name and put your questions in this particular thread, this one that has our Facebook Live already in play. And that's what we'll be working with. So I'll be checking there. If you don't tag me, there's unfortunately a good chance that I might miss it, and I don't want to do that. Okay, I think that's a wrap. Thank you for coming, Vicki, and thank you all who will be listening to the replay, so that we're going to be able to upscale and uplevel our ability to really take charge of the highest expression of who we can be for ourselves and for others at this time of our humanity being just so activated. The call for rising humanitarian values and actions and interpretations and intuitive development, so that we can see the truth beyond the facade, so that we can see what resonates with our core values. Because if we do not adhere to our core values, we start to deteriorate deep inside, because we are abandoning ourselves. And I'm not saying that that's a recipe for doom and gloom. What I am saying is that it weakens you. It weakens your ability to be the most confident, the most self-loving, because there's a part of you that knows that you're abandoning yourself. And there's a part of you that feels helpless. And that's where the search begins, is what do you have within your power to create more of what you want and to best handle that which is occurring. And also to plug into the conscious collective right now, which is filled with love and power and excitement and anticipating the best and rallying our forces and really rising up as the best aspects of what our species, our human species, can muster, which is to support and to have compassion and to be creative and to creatively problem solve for the highest good, versus what we are experiencing in other pockets of our society, both here in this country and elsewhere. And so you have a chance to rise up, and you have a chance to express the hope and the options that other people may not see. So I'm going to wrap things up here, and I ask you please to tell your friends about this tip series. Invite them to join the group so that they are able to participate and interact with me in the group, as well as to ask me questions in particular. Just remember, tag my name so that I'm sure to see it. Let's see what else. Tomorrow is day number 6, and tomorrow's tip is going to be at 7 a.m. as always, unless something radically happens and I'm not able to show up at that time. 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow's tip is about disconnecting from the toxic collective consciousness. Disconnecting from the toxic collective consciousness. So I hope to see you in the morning. Those of you who listen to this replay, if you would please just put in the thread #replay. And for those of you who are using the tips and are really getting some results where you think you've got some wins, please celebrate with us. Just put in the thread #win and tell us all about it. Okay, much love. Bye for now. Mwah. See ya.